Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hair piles in the house. She shed. Her hair was just everywhere.
At Rough Greens, we know dogs need live nutrition just like we do.
We have had a lot of issues with her skin.
Sometimes itching and scratching, lack of energy, digestive issues, they're not medical issues at all, but more likely they're nutritional deficiencies from eating dead food.
A lot of the nutrients just aren't there anymore.
The good news is you don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Simply add a scoop of Rough Greens and make even the best dog food better.
I was truly amazed how fast it worked.
One of the most noticeable things is her coat doesn't have the itching.
He doesn't shed as much.
It wasn't even 2 weeks that I saw a drastic improvement.
We're so confident that your dog will love Rough Greens that we're going to let them try it before you buy it. Free. Just cover the shipping. Get your free bag of Rough Greens today at ruffgreens.com. That's ruffgreens.com.
I wish we would have found Rough Greens a lot sooner.
So good, your dog will ask for it by name.
It's Sunday, January 26th, and this is Doing the Thing. I'm Eric Rezsnyak, and I'm here with Wizard Radio Station's Ananya Goyal. Hi, Ananya.
Hey.
And Lekhika Chaudhary. Hi, Lekhika.
Hi.
And we are here to talk about everything happening in our worlds this week. How are you? I'm going to start with you, Ananya, since you were first on my list. How are things going?
It's been good. A lot of new things happening for me. I just moved to a new place, so excited.
That's very exciting, and also I'm sure very tiring, because I always find moving to be exhausting.
It is. It's so stressful.
Did you do it yourself, or did you hire people?
No, I did it myself. Some of my stuff is actually at Lekhika's right now. I have to go pick it up.
Oh, bless. After the last time, I swore to myself, never again, never again. But we'll see how things go in this economy. Lekhika, how are you?
I am good. I'm excited for this month to be over. We are just, please let this month be over. So I am looking forward to Feb. Let's just say that.
Amen to that. How cold is it over in the UK right now?
It's okay. It's I don't even know what the temperature is. It's a couple of degrees. It was a little bit colder 2 weeks ago. It was -6. That's when it got colder, but I lived in Amsterdam, which gets way colder. So this is never really cold for me.
Oh, well, good for you. Yeah. I will say I'm in the States, and we are also excited for this month to be over. I was just at a drag brunch, and they said the first 7 days of the apocalypse, we lived through it. So everybody give yourself a round of applause. But I know that we have 3 years and 11 months more of horrors to come. So, in with one and without the other. So if you're listening live on Wizard Radio Station, where we do the thing live every Sunday from 8 p.m. UK time, you can get involved. Why don't you go ahead and shoot us a message or DM on Instagram at Wiz Radio, Twitter at Riz Radio, or text us at no extra cost, only standard network rate supply, 078-071-83538, or just email station@wizradio.com. So let's move into some topics. Last Sunday, millions of Americans woke up to the Tic Tac ban. Although some of the breath on the subway, I think maybe there has been a Tic Tac ban. Millions of Americans woke up to the TikTok ban becoming reality as users opened the app to a notice saying a law banning TikTok has been enacted by the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. Trump has since saved the app. I have a question for my panelists. A, are you on TikTok? And B, do you think this is the end for TikTok generally, or is the story not over? I'm going to start with Lekhika. What do you think?
I love TikTok. Okay, I have a sister who's 10 years younger than me. But, so first of all, it allows me to be in touch and understand some of the stuff that she says. But also, my For You page is, for me, it's phenomenal. Okay. So yes, I get the funny videos and the silly videos, but I get educational content. I get political content, call me a nerd. But like all of my For You page is so educational for me. It gives me gym content. Like I love the app. The idea that it's being taken away is just it's gobsmacking to me. And it happened in India, right? So every time I go to India, I can't use TikTok and then I have withdrawal symptoms. And I'm like, no, my app. But this is not the end of the story for America. I think it's been done in a very interesting way, in a very strategic way. I don't think they're going to ban it fully in the States, especially not with Trump having conversations with people to try and buy it. And he's saying that he is going to find software companies that can like put their fingers into the app and make changes to allow it to stay in America. I don't think it's the end for the app in America. It wouldn't make sense for it to be.
Yeah. Ananya, what about you? Are you on TikTok? Do you use it?
So I don't use it and I'm not on it. The only TikTok exposure I've gotten is the TikToks that Lekhika sends me. And that's also partly because I was in India and they banned it in India some years ago now. It's been a while. But for me, my TikTok is Instagram. I go through the reels. So I get the idea, I get the concept of your For You page and how personalized it is and how I feel like it really allows me to actually connect to people because that content is what most people are talking about. So I think it's a huge deal to actually ban it. And I also do not think that it is the end of the story for America because one, I think that people find, if not TikTok, people do find alternatives because in India, YouTube Shorts is now a huge thing. Instagram Reels became so big. And also, I saw something about Mr. Beast trying to buy it. I don't know what that is or if it's actually serious. But I do think that, especially with the younger generation, it's such a huge, vast population that people will not let it end just like that. There's pretty much everybody is on TikTok. So, yeah.
I agree. And I will say it did come back in America after about 17 hours. So we had literally you open the app and it said, thanks to President Trump, we have basically been saved. And I was like, oh, this wasn't at all engineered. Like, okay, I know a skunk queen when I see one, ladies and gentlemen. But so it came back like 17 hours later. We are here. Wow. I don't think it is going to go away. I do think that there will be some type of an off-ramp from it that addresses the concerns around data security, et cetera, vis-a-vis the ownership of the app. I agree with you, especially Nani, where we're like the young people in particular, and it's not just young people who use TikTok, but it is so ubiquitous with that generation. Even if you took away this app, they are going to find something else. Nature abhors a vacuum, right? And immediately when the ban became quote unquote official, again, that was all, I think, staged, they immediately started downloading Red Note, which was basically another Chinese app that did functionally similar things. And they were joking about it, like, excited to meet my new Chinese spy. Like, I was
just gonna say I saw a TikTok where a girl said, "Oh, if they ban Red Note, I'm gonna print off my browser history and post it to the Chinese consulate on the way to work every morning."
Yeah, like there is no way, and I think, I mean, you guys can speak to this better than I can, but I feel like, particularly the Gen Z culture, like you guys being told no, you're like, that's cool. I'm just gonna do what I want to do anyway. I literally, you cannot stop me. Try it, right? Am I wrong? So I don't think. There will be something, even if it's not TikTok, but I don't think this is going away. And to Lekhika's point regarding how you have curated your For You page, there's a lot of good content on TikTok. There's a lot of actually useful information out there. You agree, Lekhika?
Yeah, when I tell you, I have gotten a lot of my skincare tips from TikTok and it has helped my skin. I have gotten a lot of gym tips. I've cultivated a routine in the gym, and also I really like it. I put timers on all of my apps. So a couple of years ago I put timers on all of my apps just because I realized that, okay, I am opening the apps too much, and so I get no notifications from anything besides WhatsApp. That's the only app that I get notifications from. So on TikTok I know that I'm limiting myself, so now I only want to see things that benefit me. So yeah, I have the fun videos. I like some of the ASMR, and I like some of the funny, like the cute couple content. But 95% of my For You page is cultivated to a point where I'm learning something every time. So maybe it's somebody talking about, I don't know, I follow this group called the Map Men, and they just talk about maps, which is so fascinating because I might win a pub quiz one day because I know about a random map.
Yes.
You know.
Yep.
The thing is, I appreciate that there are other concerns behind it, but the app itself, allows you to see what other people are living at the same, I don't think any other app does that. My Instagram is very the people I know. I only have people on it that I know. Twitter, I feel like it's not media content, it's words and it's tweets. So I feel like the only app that allows us to see what someone else is doing in LA or in Brazil, in India, all at the same time, it's TikTok. You get to see what people are doing in their lives, and it's such a big insight and it's such a big way to connect to people that the loss of such a big app and a huge audience, 170 million Americans on TikTok, I think it is.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it will be a big blow to the app itself, but also to the fact that this sense of community that you can form with people all around the world, that will go. And that's really sad because I've enjoyed the community that I have on these apps.
Yeah, two things to respond to that. Number one, this is an audio medium, so you can't see it, but Lekhika's skin is glowing, ladies and gentlemen. So clearly the For You page is working, right? Like news you can use from TikTok. Secondly, information is not bad, right? And yes, there is misinformation, there is disinformation. But when legacy media is less trustworthy than ever, I would say, and maybe there's actual reasons for that, and maybe some of it is ginned up, but with legacy media itself on the decline, something has to surface to take its place. And if I'm having to pick between my options, TikTok may be giving my data to China, but at least it's not actively censoring me. And on that note, let's pivot to the next topic of conversation in this. Meta has announced that users will be shown more political content from people they don't follow. It follows the news that they will also be ditching fact checkers on its sites. My question to you is, do you want to see more political content on social media? Are you worried about our lives being overtaken by politics again? And then section 2 to that, do Meta's platforms need fact checkers? Ananya, I'd like to start with you. Are you on any Meta platforms?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I am on Instagram, and I think WhatsApp is also in Meta now. But I think that political content is important for, at least I get my news from apps like these, from social media. And I think it's interesting to hear other people's views and in a general sense, just have a know of what's going on where. But about the fact checkers, I think we strongly need fact checkers because there's so much misinformation out there. Like there's AI generated content, and it's so good at this point that I can believe an image if I really do not very carefully look at it and realize, okay, this looks like it's made by ChatGPT. But there is so much misinformation that people will just believe anything, especially people who are also getting their news mainly from social media or, not fact checking themselves, which is most of us because who has the time anymore? So I think that fact checkers are important. I am not sure if our lives are being overtaken by political content because the whole idea of, well, it is important comes to me. But then, finding a balance is more on us, I guess. But yeah, that's what I think.
Boy, I agree on that last point, especially because I will say I'm an American and I would watch MSNBC. I don't know if you guys have MSNBC in the UK or not. Okay. I would watch hours of that every day, like literally daily, to kind of keep myself up to date with what was going on as we headed towards the election in November. And MSNBC is absolutely left-leaning. It is, left-leaning as left-leaning legacy media can be, right? After the election, I went cold turkey. I turned it off when the result was very obvious. And I was like, I can't do this because in the last Trump administration, we would sit there and watch this hours of this news and it would overwhelm us. It was so life just draining to constantly be barraged by everything is awful, the world is ending, and you're done, right? And going into this one, obviously I want to maintain my level of information, but I cannot marinate in it this time. I won't do it for my own mental health. Lekhika, what are your thoughts on this with Meta? Is it too much political news, fact checking, etc.?
See, I'm on a slightly different page. I think existence is political, and I appreciate that I'm not in the States, so it's very different. And my show is mainly current affairs. I grew up in a house where all we discuss is politics. And sure, my mom gets annoyed sometimes because she's like, can we discuss something else? But when it's gotten to the point where every decision made by people that we see impacts all of us in some way, like, of course, a lot of Donald Trump's decisions in this case won't impact me directly, but a lot of his subsequent decisions will impact us, right? That I'm the person who is always, I have BBC notifications on. We've watched CNN in my house since I was like 4. We watch Al Jazeera. Like, give me all the political content. If my Instagram becomes only politics, I have no problem with that. But I would need that with fact checkers. Like, we need it for sure. I would actually like WhatsApp to have fact checkers so my mom can stop sending me fake news. Because why is this woman out here sending me things? And I'm like, no. This is AI generated. Please look at this. This is fake. So maybe if Meta can please stop censoring Indian moms and what the stuff they forward you, I would appreciate that. And I can do the censorship for Instagram. It's fine. I can have a look and be like, this is not true. But we need fact checkers. I like the fact that Twitter, even though X, sorry, it's not the best platform in the world, you get community notes. And sure, they come in a little bit late. And sure, now they're pushing other people's tweets on my page that I haven't followed and never seen and never looked at. But at least I get some sense of this is true or this is not. I mean, I do due diligence. I know not everybody does. But I think it's very important to have fact checkers. I think if you don't have people telling you what's true or not, you could read something in a rush and not know how that's assimilated with your mindset. And then a couple of years later, you find out actually that was not true. And you're like, oh, what? And it's entirely changed the way you're thinking just because of something that you read. And that happens because, like you guys have said, we take in so much information now that it's so hard for us to know what we're retaining and what we're not. So we need to make sure that what we retain is true. And that can only happen if we have fact checkers. So then even if you read 2 posts or you read 200, at least everything you're reading is correct to a certain degree. That's what's important.
Yeah, it's the fact checking thing is a huge issue, and I think it's going to have really catastrophic impacts, especially on Meta, which tends to at this point be an older skewing platform in terms of its user base. And how do I say this in a way that is delicate? Not the most media literate particular demographic. Is that a ginger way of saying that? To me, again, coming from an American, it feels like a blatant kowtowing to the administration that's coming into power right now, which was very angry because previously Meta would say, no, these things are untrue. This is not actually accurate. And there were literally hearings in Congress where Mark Zuckerberg was there, and he had to essentially apologize to them, being like, sorry, I was calling out your lies, because their argument is they're not lies, they're alternative facts. Yeah. And this is unfortunately where we are as a society. The removal of fact checkers is a huge thing. I guess my next logical step is, how do we as users counter this? Is there a way to do some type of grassroots fact checking? I know Snopes exists, obviously, but that's its own separate thing. I'm just wondering, and I don't have a solution here, but I feel like we can't just acknowledge that this is happening. What do we do about it, right? That's where I am in my life right now. And I don't know what the answer is, but I encourage all of us who are concerned about this to really get serious about it. One last quick check on this before we move to the first break. Is anyone thinking about giving up Meta because of these changes? Ananya, are you sticking with your Meta products?
I think I am, because one, I don't have anything else. I mean, does Meta not own everything at this point? Like, whatever social media you're consuming.
Insta, Facebook, and WhatsApp are all Meta. Messenger, it's got a pretty big monopoly, which is itself a problem, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, go ahead.
Lekhika, what about you?
Oh no, I will be in all of these apps just so I can be learning more about the changes in the apps. So I'm not going anywhere. I actually also downloaded Blue Sky. So, I'm expanding my app. So
What's that?
Blue Sky is basically like old Twitter. And it
It's
started
good.
I really like it. It's brought back memories of the Twitter that I used to miss.
Yes. It's basically Twitter before it got taken over.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We love Blue Sky. We're happy on it. Please follow us, GPCD at bscod.social.
I will. You'll be the first person I follow when I open my phone.
It's wonderful. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to actually come back and talk about some fun things. We're going to talk about pop culture. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back, everybody, to Doing the Thing, where we are going straight into our second conversation, more pop culture. So award season is finally upon us. We've had the BAFTA nominations. We will have the Oscar and Grammys soon as well, and the Brits at the start of March. It is award season. That makes no sense, but I'm sure you guys understood what I meant. So I wanted to know from you guys, from Ananya and from Eric, first of all, what do we think about award shows? Are they still relevant? And also, movies, music, who do you think is going to win and what? So Eric, do you want to start us off, please?
Sure. It's a great question if award shows are still relevant, right? Because to a certain degree, I think we've all kind of removed the mask and are like, so these are already rich and famous people and we're spending more time celebrating them for being rich and famous. And isn't that kind of weird? And it is. At the same time, am I 100% going to be watching all of those award shows? You know I am, because I am messy and I live for drama. So let's talk first. The Grammys are next Sunday and those nominations have been out the longest. I think it's an interesting crop of nominees. I think the ones that I'm personally watching out for, it's Sabrina Carpenter's basically coming out party. This is her cotillion. Chappell Rowan as well, although I believe she had some nominations in the past, but she's up for Best New Artist, Record of the Year, etc. this time. We cannot forget Charlie XCX, who was, I think, for many people, the sound of 2024. Beyonce and her country album, Cowboy Carter, are right up there as well. And I think it is a good group of nominees, and I'll be very curious to see who wins. I find that the Grammys are the hardest to predict, in my opinion. So I will allow Ananya to chime in there before I go off on the Oscars.
About the Grammys, I think I am also really excited about Charlie XCX, and I think that she dominated this year, so I think she's going to be dominating the Grammys as well. I mean, I hope.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the most well-versed when it comes to award shows, and I'm going to be very honest. Wasn't it that Sabrina Carpenter couldn't be nominated as Best New Artist last year, so she's nominated this year? Wasn't that a conversation, or am I just making that up because I might be?
She is nominated this year, as is Chappell Rowan, but the Best New Artist category has always been a little bit controversial because there have been people who have literally won Best New Artist after releasing multiple albums and have been working in the music industry, literally in the case of Shelby Lynn, for instance, for over a decade. Like, it was almost 15 years since her first album, and she won Best New Artist.
It's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, right? It really, what they should rename it is like Best Artist Who Broke Through, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not that they're new. It's like, oh, everybody discovered you now. You're an quote-unquote overnight sensation. Mm-hmm. So this is Sabrina's year. It's Chappell's year. There are other amazing... I don't know if Jochi is nominated for Best New Artist.
Yeah, I'm just Googling it. She is.
I'm obsessed with her right now. And so, like, to me, those are... I want to see that, like, 3-part fight club with the three of them. Frankly, all of them should win. Let's do
I was just going to say, can all of them win? Because Benson Boone and Teddy Swims and Ray are nominated for Best New Artist.
I love Teddy Swims.
I'm looking at Song of the Year. I'm looking at Song of the Year, and I'm like, how on earth is anyone going to choose between all of these songs?
It's a great group of nominations. I do think it's fascinating that the Beatles are up for Record of the Year. Isn't that fascinating?
Where did you come from?
What?
Yes, the Beatles are up for Record of the Year. And in case you like, they had a song that they've been working on. It's called, let me get this, Now and Then. They finished it thanks to AI to kind of fill in the gaps of the lost members. But the Grammys do have a history of awarding very weird, out there things that normally you would not. Like Jethro Tull won Album of the Year not that long ago. Like they could do it. We'll see.
That would be very interesting. If AI gets involved in the Grammys, then I think it would need its own category. I don't think it's fair on anyone. I think any hint of AI, whether that's in the production, whether that's in writing the songs, whatever it may be, the minute AI is in, I think we need a whole other category for it, for sure.
Yeah, which is also actually relevant to the Oscars this year because there's a lot of conversation about AI and it being impacting The Brutalist and Amelia Perez. There's a lot of discourse around that. Not to switch topics. I'm sorry if we were still talking about Grammys.
No, all good. I need to. I don't think I've seen any. This has been a very bad year for me with films. So I am so behind on films, okay? And when I say behind, I mean like really far behind on catching up on films that I do not know any of the films that are on this year's Oscars list except Wicked. I haven't seen it, but I know of it. That's the only one I've heard of.
You haven't. So, do you want me to walk you through some of them and just give you the quick notes? Sure.
Yes.
A Complete Unknown is a biopic starring Timothée Chalamet of Bob Dylan. So he's getting a lot of.
Did that not just come out?
It just came out. So a lot of the films that come out that are nominated for Oscars come out in December, and they do that specifically because they want people who have just seen them when the nomination process happens, so that they're fresh in the mind, right? So you will find that there's a lot of very popcorn movies that are in most of the year, and then that last 30 to 40 days of the year will be jam-packed with what they call Oscar bait films that they want to get nominations for, and that was true for many of these, frankly. Conclave is about choosing a new pope. Yes,
I've heard of that one.
Yes,
that I've heard of.
Yes. Nickel Boys it's a wonderful surprise that it's nominated. It's about an African-American, a couple of boys. Anjanou Ellis Ross has been out there for years and has never been nominated. It's crazy. And she didn't get nominated again this year as an actress, but we're so excited this did. I'm Still Here, I believe, is a Brazilian film. Actually, the actress in that just won the Golden Globe for Best Actress for that film. The Substance is a horror film, which almost never gets nominated for the Oscars. It is body horror specifically. It's very confronting. I made the mistake of watching it at the Alamo Drafthouse while eating very hot chicken fingers, and I regretted my decisions. But Demi Moore is incredible in it. Margaret Qualley is also very good. So good. Even if you don't like body horror, it's a great concept, and it really talks to what society does to women and their body issues and what it forces them to conform. Dune Part 2 is the second part of the Dune sci-fi. Wicked, and Honora is actually a weird little Cinderella story about a sex worker who gets married into the Russian mafia, and hijinks ensue. It's kind of a comedy. And then The Brutalist is a very depressing film in which Adrian Brody plays a Holocaust survivor who's an architect, and terrible things happen to him. So that's the rundown.
Thank you, because I honestly would have just sat there and been like, I have no idea what we're talking about. The only one, like Conclave, I actually wrote down that I wanted to watch because it has, correct me if I'm wrong, Ralph Fiennes in it.
Yes.
Lord Voldemort.
Yes.
Right? I try and watch films of actors that I like, so that's how I find them. So that's the one I wanted to watch, and because it sounds very interesting, but I've added a few more. I don't think I will be watching the horror one because I can't watch anything horror. However, my sister loves it, so I will tell her to watch it, and then she will tell me how it is.
Tell her to watch it. It is a riot and also just audacious. That's the way I can say about it. It's an audacious film.
I'm excited for her, not for me to watch it.
I thought Emilia Perez was also nominated.
It is. I'm so sorry. I forgot Emilia Perez, and I swear that was not intentional because that film is getting a tremendous amount of discourse around it, right? It is a film. It is a It's about Mexican drug cartels, and it features trans lead characters. The controversy surrounding it is that it was written by a white cis Frenchman and features very few Mexican actors in it. There are Spanish actors in it, but not Mexican. And there's a lot of conversation about, are we taking other people's stories, and is this an authentic story, or are people who don't really have authorship then telling it, if that makes sense? Thank you for reminding me. I apologize. I left that off my list.
That was the only nomination I knew because I follow Selena Gomez on Instagram, and I know she's in it.
Yeah,
that's why I know.
Yeah, and listen, I love Selena Gomez, and it's a musical. Love seeing musicals nominated, and it's just there's a lot of conversation even within the LGBTQ community. For instance, the GLAAD Media Awards came out just before the Oscar nominations did, and Emilia Perez was shut out, and I thought that was a very specific omission, because there are conversations within the community about how is this actually our movie if we're not part of the authors of it.
No, but that makes sense, right? That makes total sense, because if you want a movie to be accurate, you would involve the people you're talking about. Like, I appreciate that people want to write stories, you know. I like writing, but if I'm writing about something that I cannot relate to because it's not something I identify as, whether that's because of where I'm from or whether that's because of my gender identity, whatnot, then I will talk to somebody who does, because they are the best port of call, you know. So whilst I'm not fully aware of this discourse, and I will look at it after this, but if people are feeling like they were not consulted and the movie was written by someone who doesn't not fit the same kind of bracket but is not representative of them, then it's, you know, it's a valid thing for them to be completely and utterly, you know, angry about.
Expect a lot more conversation about that as we get closer to the Oscars, which is not until March 2nd, I believe.
Okay, so I have time to watch the film and catch up on the discourse.
Yep. It's on Netflix, by the way, so it's right there.
Okay. That makes life a little bit easier.
Yep.
Than having to find it online. Okay, so then to go off on a tangent, then what's everyone's favorite film that they watched so far? Latest favorite film, not like of all time, putting everyone on pressure. Like, what's the last thing that you watched that you really, really liked?
I saw Nosferatu yesterday.
Ooh. How was it?
And I really liked it, actually. I think that I'm not one for horror movies. And I went in with the expectation that it would be quite abstract and like art house filmy. But it had a proper flow and structure to it. It had a story that made sense and I was able to follow. And I think the visuals were amazing, quite nice. It ended up scaring me quite a few times. So, I mean, checked all the boxes that a horror movie should. And I think it was quite a nice remake of the original. So the original Nosferatu I read was made in 1922.
Yeah.
So I think this was a nice updated version, and I liked Lily Rose Depp's performance in it. So it was a fun watch for me, I think.
I wanted to see it, but my partner's too scared, so we didn't see it in the theater.
I relate.
Yeah,
it's quite gothic and like it's a little weird.
I just can't do anything horror. Like it can be little childish horror, and I still will not be able to stomach it. I, however, watched, and I don't know if any of you guys have, Civil War with Kirsten Dunst in it, the journalism film. So my sister's in the process of studying journalism at university, and my mum is always terrified. And so I said to my dad, let's not make mum watch it, because she will never let my sister leave the house. But it is such a good film. I did not think I would like it. It took a second to get into the film, but it's Ananya, basically it's about it's about America. It's civil wars happening in America in the film, and these journalists travel to the Capitol to go and essentially interview the sitting president, right? And it's been split. America's split into two, and so they're traveling through America, and there's two photojournalists, and one of them is Kirsten Dunst, and it is just such a good film, right? Like it was done in a way that is not typical to films that I watch, and I know that there's like cinematography and stuff that's probably gone over my head as to how it was made, but I really, really enjoyed it. My dad and I watched it, and we sat there like that was like a really deep film. Like it was layered in ways that are beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I love Kirsten Dunst. I've loved her forever, back since Interview with a Vampire when she was a child actor. And I think I'm glad that she's getting another kind of go at being on the celebrity Wheel of Fortune. I do need to watch that one. I have been doing a lot of research on old films for some episodes that we're doing on the podcast. So I've been binging a lot of films from the 80s and the 90s. So it's kind of screwing up my radar for current films that I've seen. But I will say of the ones that came out recently that I loved, I will just say Wicked. It is honestly as good as everybody says it is. I say this as someone who is a pretty harsh critic, but love the stage show, loved the music that was in it, and I thought that they took what was already a very good product and made it even better. And I have no objections to it being split into two movies. The musical, for anyone who's seen it, Act 2 is like literally half an hour, and they rush through everything. I'm so excited that it gets its own like 2 hours to kind of expand.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the splitting of it, but I think, and I which I get, but then some of the best franchises I watched growing up had split films at the end, like Harry Potter, Hunger Games, and we were all the better for it. Like, more Harry Potter? What do you mean? Like, sign me up. Like, me, how old was I when the last one came out? I don't know, like 12, 15, 16. And when they said they were going to split it up, I thought, more, that's just better. And so I don't think I can say that I'm a fan of Wicked when I haven't seen it. I know the song and that's it, but I will watch it. But
I'm just saying, oh no, you loved a movie? Guess what? There's another one coming out in a year. How terrible for you, right?
Oh my God, with the actors that you love and the music that you love and costume, like, what do you mean?
Exactly.
No, honestly, I think we're finally getting back into the swing of things of having some really good movies, and I feel like that's reminiscent of all a lot of countries around the world, not just Hollywood. Like, we had a thing with India where I swear for 2 years we just had really boring films, and I was like, why is Bollywood draining my soul? Like, I'm getting nothing, and now there's too many good ones, especially South Indian films, and I'm like, don't have enough time to watch these films. So I'm glad that we're finally getting to the point where all these movies are picking up. We're getting some really good TV shows as well. Yes. Like, there's too many to watch, and so it just feels like media is picking back up again in a good way.
And I think we need it right now more than ever. Honestly, we need a little bit of escapism from what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I think I need to change what I watch because I only watch. I'm too political. I read politics. I read books that are politics. I watch TV shows that are politics. I watch movies that are so maybe I'll watch Wicked, and there's no politics linked to that.
Actually, there is politics.
Oh, no?
It is about fighting. It is literally about fighting authoritarianism. That's not
guys. Might have to bite my lip and go watch Nosferatu there. I hope there's no politics there. No.
There's absolutely no politics in there.
Thank heavens. But yeah, I think
but it does have a plague. I mean,
okay.
So
that's why I said, isn't it? Existing means politics, and everything is connected.
Done that. Plagues. Ugh, it's so 5 years ago.
It's like, what do you mean? Which, by the way, I know we're getting sidetracked, but I had to say to somebody the other day that, just pre-COVID, so around 6 years ago, and then I sat there like, oh my God.
Yep.
COVID was 5 years ago.
That does not sit well with me because when somebody says pre-COVID, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years. Yep. Big space of time. On that very sobering note, I think it's time for a break. When we come back, I think we'll be discussing reality TV. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this break.
Hello, and we're back. And as we were, all three of us, just talking about movies and TV shows. And on a very similar note now, I would like to steer the conversation towards reality TV. So the UK and US, we have a lot of reality TV going around. Love Island, Dancing on Ice, all start in the next couple of weeks. And is this a time period where reality TV is taking over our screens again? And so on that note, I want to ask you guys if you would ever go on a reality TV show. So Lekhika, do you want to start us off?
Does The Apprentice count as a reality TV show? Because
Sure.
I'll go on The Apprentice, or I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, or Dancing on Ice. But I'm not doing Love Island. I'll watch it though, but I ain't doing Love Island. No, thank you. Anybody want to see this? No, thank you. Not happening. I don't want to traumatize.
Glowing skin, Lekhika. Glowing skin, thanks to TikTok.
That's true. Glowing skin. No, I think anything that I would like to do, but I think they're interesting. I think they're a fun little 45 minutes of complete and utter nonsense that I really enjoy watching. What do you think, Eric?
Oh, I'm so in. I love reality television. It's actually a problem. I was watching Survivor from the very first episode when it aired back in 2000, and I've watched it ever since. So like I'm in. There's some that I can't bother with. Like Big Brother's very big in your country, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have it here. It's not for me. I just don't enjoy it. It goes on like every season feels like it lasts 8 years. I don't get it. But like I love it. I'm currently watching The Traitors, which we have our own US version. Is the UK version all like reality TV stars as well, or is it regular people?
It's I've not seen it, but it's regular people.
Okay, the US one started, the first season was half regular people, half reality TV stars. Now it's nothing but reality TV stars. And they're all playing the game. And it's both great and terrible at the same time, which is exactly what you want out of reality television. Alan Cumming hosts it in this Scottish castle, and it's just a campy delight. I love that show. For years, I'm like, would I go on Survivor? And I was like, no, the bugs alone would be a problem for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I'm getting to a point in my life where he's like, you know what? just do it. Like, if it's something that interests you, just see if you get voted out first. Who cares? There have been very good people who get voted out first on that. I would totally do reality TV. I have no dignity. I gave that away decades ago. Like, if it's something that's amusing, if it's something that's like I'm entertaining and it's beneficial to both the viewers and to me, 100 I would do it. Not a dating show, though. I agree. I would not subject anyone to this unclothed, nor would I object my family to watching.
No,
me
exactly. I don't think I want my mom or my sister to be watching that. But you know what I really like, by the way? I think the US has its own version. Is this, I'm not sure, is The Circle?
Oh, yeah, I love The Circle.
I love The Circle. Ananya, do you know The Circle?
No.
Basically, there's a bunch of people in a building and they either are themselves or they pretend to be someone else, all talk through essentially what's an app. And so that you're making connections and then you don't know who the person is. You don't know if they are the persona that they've chosen or if they're not. And at the end, a few of them get to the final. Like, it's so much better than what I'm describing it to be. That's what I would go on. Like, I love that. That
you get to sit in an apartment the whole time.
Thank you.
And in your sweatpants and eat snacks.
Exactly.
Like, that's it. I've applied. I applied for it last season. I didn't get anywhere, but I would 100% do the Circle.
I love The Circle.
So do you just text people on it? Like,
yes.
You have to make friends?
Basically.
Ooh.
Basically, the challenge is make friends with people that you've never met. And so, like, you literally, they have, like, the circle is up on monitors all over the apartment. And, like, you would say, open circle chat. And then you have to, like, to describe the emotions, like pink emoji, heart stars.
And there's challenges and stuff as well, of course. But it's my favorite. Like, I think it's so much fun because it's, like, the anonymous side. Also, it's, like, real people. You get to see what people... some people play like their friends or their partners because they're like, oh, a young hot single woman would be voted better than me as a person. Or there were the last season I watched, I don't know which one it was, but it was two twins from somewhere in New York, and they were like, oh, I'm gonna pretend to be my girlfriend, and it worked for them really well.
They won.
I know, they won. It was so good. It was just I really enjoyed it. And it's so funny that you mentioned Big Brother. I don't watch the UK version. India has a version called Big Boss. When I tell you, that is the best. It is so stupid, but I love it. My mom is obsessed with Big Boss. Like, it is, first of all, like you said, goes on for like 10 years of our life.
Yeah.
It's so long. Like, I think it's still going on. And my mom
started watching it
like 4 months ago. But it is, in my opinion, India's best reality TV show. Big Boss is
That's
so good.
literally my first and my biggest exposure to reality TV, Big Boss. I've grown up watching it. And then at some point when I was like 14 or 15 and I realized how stupid it is, I stopped. But oh my God, those first few years, I cannot tell you how connected I was to all of those people living together in that house, and then somebody would get voted out and I would be so disappointed. And they used to have these segments where they would ask everybody to just pause and nobody could move, and then they had family members come in. And that was so emotional. Like, it felt like it was happening to me. I do feel like if I ever had to go on one, I would want to go on Big Boss at least once.
So that's what I'm going to sign you up to, yeah?
There you
I'm
go.
going to sign Ananya up to Big Boss. No, but you know what was worse about the whole freezing everybody and making their family come in was when their dogs came in.
Oh my God.
So not the family, because humans get humans. The dogs came in and they'd sit with their owners and be like, why are you not touching me? Full breakdown if Simba comes up to me like this. I'm not happening.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I have to say that so that's the best reality show in India. What do you think is the best reality show in the UK? You guys.
Ooh, I think a lot of people are in love with The Traitors, right? I've not watched it, but I know a lot of people really like it. So it's gotten a lot of traction. I do think we are a Love Island country. And I feel like The Apprentice and the other shows are very different. So we've got the dating reality and then the non-dating reality. I do think we're a Love Island country. Right, like it gets to the point where I work, which is a very serious workplace, and then you have senior partners and they're fully watching Love Island. So I think it's something that transcends a lot of different generations.
It 100% does. And that's the thing, like you were kind of talking about this, Ananya, there is something about reality television that it is trash. Like we'll all agree it is low culture, it is trash, but it is something that everyone can touch. And there's something about it that's very easy to hook into. And that's why it's so successful. And it's why, yes, it is kind of like the Pringles of entertainment. Like you just keep eating them. I don't know if you guys have Pringles.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like, that's not a bad thing. It's very satisfying. It does a great job of it. We really do identify with these people on these reality shows so potently. There's something about that I find really magical, way more than we do in sitcoms or dramas or other like scripted shows, because we feel like, oh, that could be me up there, and what's going on is really intense. I watch Drag Race UK from your country, which I very much enjoy, and then we watched Love is Blind UK as well, which I love.
Love is Blind.
Obsessed. The new season in America starting on Valentine's Day. Very excited about that. I think British reality TV shows are actually better than American reality TV shows. Honestly, I do.
I liked Love is Blind UK a lot more, not because I've lived in the UK for a long period of my life, but just because I feel like it felt a lot more raw and authentic. I know there was a lot more drama with the US one, and there is obviously drama with this one as well. But I've seen Love is Blind, the Middle East. I've seen Love is Blind, I think is in Japan. And I've seen Love is Blind Mexico. I've seen a lot of them, okay? Because I just like the premise behind it. It's so much fun. But there was something really authentic about the UK one that I actually really liked.
Fully agree. And like I watch it with a group of the panelists, and we were all saying, compared to the US version, the UK one, your folks seem way more measured and like serious and not messes, but still very enchanting. And like we all on the US seasons are like, who's going to be the Messica of this season? There's always at least one, a girl who is completely out of her mind, and sometimes it's a guy. And he didn't really have that on UK, but I still loved every second of it. I enjoyed it tremendously.
Yeah, I agree. And I think going on a completely different tangent, I have at the moment, so I work in real estate, and I am obsessed with selling Sunset, selling this, selling that. Give me all the property. I have watched them. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, I've watched them all. Every single property reality TV that America has to offer, I have seen them all. There is something so fun about beautiful people, really annoying beautiful people, beautiful houses, fights. Sign me up.
Yep, that's the Real Housewives, right? That's why they're so successful. Chriselle Staus, by the way, from Selling Sunset, is on The Traitors US this season, so she's on the show. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I know her. I like. Yeah, she's interesting.
Ananya, any other thoughts on reality TV? So you would do Big Boss. Anything else?
I feel like I've seen such little of reality TV outside of India. Like, I think I've seen a little bit of Love is Blind, but not so much that I would just, I don't know, fully engage with it. I've seen very little reality TV, so I don't have much to say about it.
I'm going to send Ananya some recommendations, everybody. Don't worry, listeners. She's going to get a list in her WhatsApp.
Collect her, get her on board.
Yeah,
absolutely right. Yes. Yes. And if you are listening, producers of The Circle, you have 2 potential candidates right here. We would do it.
We'll do it together.
We'll do it together. Let the 2 Wizard Radio folks in one room pretending to be Ananya. We'd pretend to be you.
Brilliant.
And we would win The Circle. You heard it here.
I'm so down for that.
I love to be involved one way or another.
Excellent. All right. So that's all the time we have for Doing the Thing today. Thank you, Ananya and Lekhika. Where can listeners find you? Ananya, where can people find you?
So I'm live on Viz Radio every Saturday at 1 p.m. You can catch me there.
Fabulous. And Lekhika, where can people find you?
I am live Sundays at 12 for my current affairs show, and I'm on social media platforms. It's my name, but with 3 more A's at the end.
Lekhika.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly like that. And you can find me on the Great Pop Culture Debate. We're part of the Wizard Radio Network. And you can go to greatpopculturedebate.com, where you'll find all of our episodes, and we release new ones on Tuesday. Find me at gpcd.bsky.social on Blue Sky and follow us there. Remember to catch new episodes of Doing the Thing live on Wizard Radio Station every Sunday from 8 p.m. UK time, and on all podcast platforms from Monday morning. We'll see you next week.